So yeah, for liberalism in games, I'm talking like apparently. Let's get some examples here.
Please do.
Amazingly, this is utterly amazing. World of Warcraft has somehow managed to have about 0% liberalism in the game. This is one of the main reasons why I support it.
Oh, really?
It's because it somehow was spared liberalism. Most of the main characters are like white guys, because I guess the people who play it are all white, so they're trying to cater to their demographic, which is what a normal situation would dictate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like most of the main characters are like white dudes and chicks. They're like mage chicks and stuff. Now they have hot chicks. They have normal looking chicks. So it's not like some sort of ban on showing cleavage or some nonsense that they like to do in video games. They have main characters as chicks, but they're not like over the top. Like, look, we have a main character and it's a girl.
Yep.
Sort of horseshit like that. That's what the new Tomb Raider game did. It's like, I'm a vulnerable little girl in my video game. And to be fair, I haven't played Tomb Raider, but it just came across as pandering to like that whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's a great game, like regardless of that, but they very clearly did it to say, look, we can make a main character who doesn't just have big tits and an ass in your face.
Nice.
But it's actually, I've heard good things about that game, so I won't rag on that game. But World of Warcraft, the only lib thing that it has was the Panda expansion. Let me explain how. I guarantee you most of their players are fat, because it's World of Warcraft. What do you expect?
Yep.
They're obese or they're fat.
Uh-huh.
You know, you get Big Steve, these kind of people playing WoW. And the Panda expansion, which is by far the dumbest expansion that you could possibly... I basically quit the game when it came out. You're the new race, or fat pandas. Like, you can play as a fat guy. Now, nothing particularly wrong about that, but it kind of came across as, like, pandering to fat people. Like,
yep.
Look, we have equal fatness in there. But I take that back. I mean, the orcs are ugly, too, and the dwarves are ugly. They're both fat. So it's not only the first fat, but this is the first one with gut physics, okay? Like when you're the panda and you jump, the gut jiggles, like... So he's like doing karate moves and the gut's moving all around. It's just like, what were they thinking? Like, is that really necessary? Do we need gut physics? I mean, tit physics makes sense, but do we need gut physics?
Actually, if you made me sit down at a computer and try to model the physics of how a gut moves, there's no way I could come close to modeling that.
It's probably not even that realistic. It has sort of like this rubber bandy, sort of bouncy, sort of like, it's basically the exact same as tit physics. I don't know if you've seen tit physics in games, right? Like they've like, there's some games where they purposely program in the tit physics. Like, if you're a chick and you're playing like a chick character and you jump, the tits will like bounce in. Like when they land, it'll like has like recoil and like sort of bounces up and down.
Yes, sir.
Like with inertia. I think they use the same physics calculation on the gut physics.
Yep.
It's sort of a jiggly, sort of rubber bandy kind of thing. Yeah, there's some Korean MMO I played that had tit physics that was just off the charts silly. It was like, really, guys? Even I think this is a bit much. Like.
Were they going for maximum stupidity?
But, yeah.
Okay.
Well, did you hear about the... I'm talking more about liberalism in games, because there's some really bad examples. I haven't played any of these games, I've heard about them. So, you heard of Dragon's Age?
No.
There's this game called Dragon's Age. It's like a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate series and shit like that.
Yeah.
Made by,
Obsidian?
BioWare? No, I think it's BioWare. I forget who makes them. It might not be BioWare, but anyway, I played Dragon's Age Origin, which is like the first game, and they made Dragon's Age like 2, Origin 2 or something. They made like Dragon's Age 2, and that was apparently good too. And they made Dragon's Age Inquisition. I think it was called Inquisition. And apparently the liberalism in that game was just off the chart. Like, the developers just decided to become SJWs in their game. It's like, what the fuck? And because of it, no one bought their fucking game. Like, they all heard about the bullshit. You're role-playing characters, right? And, like, they literally made, like, one of them a lesbian. One of them was, like, they put all these, like, stupid minority sexual preferences and junk in there.
Was there a trans person?
Yeah, probably. You know, they did all this horse shit. It's a fantasy game, by the way. And it's an RPG. It matters, right? You're trying to play in the storyline, and when you start injecting things that are first of all, it's just forced. Like, I don't, like, you know, why are all these random characters together that have all these unusual sexual preferences or whatever?
Yep.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, man.
And second of all, no one wants to play that shit. Like, it's just not something I want to roleplay. I'm not gay. I don't want to roleplay a gay person. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I don't think there's liberalism in Fallout.
The point is, they're trying to do it in games, but it just leads to no sales. So
yeah,
you basically have to just say, okay, capitalism's going to win here, because no one's going to buy your shit if you start injecting SJW bullshit in your games.